I'm Larry Steinhouse, and welcome to Money Chat Now. Money Chat Now is a politically charged stock market show.
So you thought about buying and selling
Oh my goodness.
You
It's
thought
a
about
commercial.
investing in the stock market, but don't know where to start.
We could fix
Well,
that.
what if you could find a place to unlock strategies to master both real estate and the stock market?
Bring me back.
All without the headache. That place is Investor Schooling, hosted by Larry Steinhouse, an expert in real estate, financial literacy, and the ins and outs of the stock market. You can attend Investor Schooling in person or online 8 times a month. You can and will learn how to make money in real estate, and you will learn mastery of stock techniques such as options and covered calls. You will even get a chance to ask one of your
Can you
burning
transition
questions
back?
to the stock options sultan, the master of picks and plays. Call 866-424-2829 for free information and receive a complimentary pass to attend classes. Or
All right, let's try that again.
Okay.
All right,
so
what's
you thought
going
about
on
buying
here?
and selling real estate. You thought about investing in the stock market, but don't
You're
know
hitting
where
the
to
wrong
start.
button.
Well, what if you could find a place to unlock strategies to master both real estate and the stock market, all without the headache? That place is
Oh, the trouble of doing a live show. All right, welcome back to Money Chat Now, I think, or whatever. Anyway, you got the idea. Today is Friday, September 2nd. I want to welcome you to the show. We are live on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And, you know, when you're doing live shows, things happen, right? You can also find repeats of the show on Rumble and Spotify. Please search Money Chat Now and Larry Steinhouse, and then you can follow me there as well. And if you'd like to connect, you can go to contactlarry.com. That's contactlarry.com. And you will find my social media connections, my email, my text message information at contactlarry.com. Hey, just remember, if you're watching online, hit that like button. I know you guys are all confused right now, but hit that like button, hit that share button, and don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and like the Money Chat Now page on Facebook. You can also find Money Chat Now and the Larry Steinhouse Show on Spotify, so please go there and subscribe as well. Hey, you can comment live during the show. Hey, if you are watching the show for the first time, please say hi. You can comment live on YouTube, on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And again, please say hi so I know you're watching. And if you haven't joined the Money Chat Now fan page on Facebook, please do that and make sure you could always see the show. Hey, if you like the Money Chat Now page, by the way, if we ever get thrown into Facebook jail, you could still watch it while I'm there. So go to Money Chat Now and like it. All right. Today's show, we're going to be discussing the following. We're going to be discussing basically what happened yesterday in the market. We're going to be talking about more MAGA. We're going to be talking about the new COVID booster. Oh, boy. And we're going to be talking about oil execs dying off. Don't forget that Money Chat Now is brought to you by Investor Schooling, and you can attend a complimentary class this Thursday, or next Thursday, I should say, by going to investorschooling.com. And there you will learn about real estate investing and stock options trading from those who do it every day. Hey, I want to thank certain people for sharing this page all the time. I really appreciate it. Art seems to share it quite often. Thank you, Art. And Peter shared it, and Mike, and Mark, and also Betsy. Thank you so much. I know you share everything I do. Thank you very much. Please share the show with your friends by clicking the share button and sharing it directly on your page or their page. And you can also share it in groups as well and help your friends learn how to make more money and also get a good laugh in the morning. All right, real quick, I want to say hello to a couple people online. I know we kind of had a little bit of a technical glitch there, so I want to go back and say hello. We got Mike and Peter and Glenn and Jose checking in from YouTube. That's awesome. We got Bill. We got Peter checking in from LinkedIn. Thanks, Peter. We got my lovely wife. We also have Mike says WWDB strikes again. Well, it wasn't WWDB. It was internal, but that's all right. We also have Mark and Tom and Glenn and James and Joe and Rob and Royce, Joe and Tommy. So thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. I totally appreciate you guys tuning in, and thank you for tuning in all the time. All right, let's get into yesterday. So yesterday was actually a positive day. I can't believe it. It's about freaking time. I guess the investors were finally saying, okay, I think I'll jump in now. The Dow was down at 230 points, but in the afternoon it finally reversed and closed up 146 points. That's freaking awesome, right? The S&P also closed higher, about 12 points, but the NASDAQ couldn't quite get it right, and it closed down about 31 points. Look, given the past 5 days, I'm glad to see this reversal, or I guess sort of reversal anyway. As we have seen, stocks have been in a slump. The investors freaked out from the comments from the Fed officials who showed no sign of easing up on interest rate hikes. Traders have been debating whether stocks will again challenge the June lows in September. So this is kind of interesting because September is usually a bad month for stocks, and it makes sense because it's in what I call the dead zone. Earnings season is over, and the market waits to reload its guns as we get closer to earnings. Money moves to the sides or money moves to dividend stocks while the market waits it out. In June, we had an abysmal market, and we might be heading there again. Now, if it happens, only one of two things could be the result. We could bounce off that same low and make for a double bottom, or we can crash through the bottom and new lows will be formed. I've been saying it for months now that the new lows will be about 28,000, only I don't know when. I originally predicted it to be about February coming up, but it could be sooner. Look, by the way, I mentioned a double bottom before. If we have a double bottom and the market bounces off the June lows, the Dow will return to 34,000, 35,000 again. I'm skeptical, but it's going to happen. Just remember that means it would have a double top. And just like a double bottom, it could be that the bounce off the top will crash back to 30, or we could break through the move into a new range. I believe it's more likely that we'll crash through the double bottom, and we'll see, and we'll kind of then us overtaking the top. Stocks are going to start moving down. Stock markets are kind of predictable. The problem is the minutia. It makes predicting the exact day or month difficult. The big winner yesterday was a company called DXC Technology. The stock jumped almost 8%. Here's the weird. The head scratcher here was the reason they appeared to jump. It seemed that they canceled a conference in which they would speak about developments in the company. Strange, but investors feel they have bigger news that they aren't ready to divulge yet. All right, NVIDIA was the big loser yesterday when the U.S. government told them they can't sell chips to China and Russia anymore. The government is restricting the sale of certain chips so that China and Russia can't use the technology to build weapon systems. Don't forget that this is the government who left billions of dollars of weapons in Afghanistan this year. I wonder if NVIDIA can get back the chips they put in those weapons before being banned from selling chips to China. The company expects that it's going to lose about $400 million in potential sales in China in the current quarter, and that caused the stock to drop to a new 52-week low. Lululemon jumped after hours when the company had great earnings report. The designer clothes company is still rocking it after the scamdemic, while other clothes and retail outlets are struggling. Broadcom also beat earnings estimates, and the stock jumped about 2.5%. My Carnival Cruise Line stock crashed the past 3 days, and I can only hope for a recovery in the next 2 weeks. Actually, if my chart reading is correct, it should happen soon, and 9 should be the low. It hit that low yesterday, but then it did close up $9.37. So then today we have the jobs report. This report is going to tell us how the job market is doing and what the current unemployment rate is. We've seen very good numbers in the past reports, and and people, that is the people who want to work anyway, are working. I've seen cracks in employment where companies are cutting back, but right now there are so many jobs that no one really notices unemployment numbers moving up yet. Remember that the unemployment numbers are the last indicator of a serious recession. Watch for that report today. It's coming out about somewhere right around the end of today's show. All right, let's take a look at the futures and see what we have today, what's going to be going on today. So right now it looks like we've got the Dow is down 11. We've got the S&P down 1, or barely moving, and we got the NASDAQ down 11 as well. All right, let's get into real quick. We're kind of over time a little bit, but let's get into this. Let's talk about something going on here. Apparently, the number one salesperson for MAGA T-shirts is Biden. Biden continues to use MAGA in every one of his speeches, and he continues to say that the MAGA is a bad thing. Is this guy obsessed with continuing the idea that making America great again is a bad idea? The looniness of this country and the Democrat Party doesn't end. It's like when someone says all lives matter. Apparently some nuts on the left get offended because they feel that just black lives matter. Well, this Dumbo president, after locking us down and forcing us to get vaccines against our will, is now saying that MAGA is a fascist organization who, in Biden's words, said this yesterday in a speech in Philadelphia. This town, by the way, Philadelphia it's so bad that the Democrats have destroyed it. Even Trump said bad things happen in Philadelphia. Anyway, Biden said that MAGA poses a clear and present danger to American democracy. Yes, Biden, it does pose a clear and present danger to your meaning of democracy. And in case you didn't know it, President, we are a republic, not a democracy. The fascist leader continued to say this: for a long time, we've reassured ourselves that American democracy is guaranteed, but it is not. We have to defend it, protect it, stand up for it. Each and every one of us. That's why tonight I'm asking our nation to come together and unite behind a single purpose of defending democracy regardless of your ideology. Hello, McBiden, that's what people in MAGA have been trying to do. It's you and the rest of the evil minion that are in our way. The amazing part was that Biden desecrated the place where the United States Constitution was penned. He actually had the nerve to give this speech from the Independence National Historic Park. The most anti-Constitution president is saying we need freedom by taking away freedom, and is saying this from the most historic place. It's like pure evil oozing out of his mouth. At least Obama would destroy the fabric of this country, but he would do it with charisma. This guy is ugly, mean, and stupid. It amazes me that he still has a 30% approval rating. Who are these 30% people? Are they the people who cut themselves or something for excitement? Or are they just the people wearing masks in cars, alone, by themselves? Oh. Hey, look, if you're a fan of the show, please help make America great again. We need a red wave in November, and you need to make sure you vote them out. All right, let's try to go to a commercial. We'll see you guys in a minute.
Okay, so you thought about buying and selling real estate. You've thought about investing in the stock market, but don't know where to start. Well, what if you could find a place to unlock strategies to master both real estate and the stock market, all without the headache? That place is Investor Schooling, hosted by Larry Steinhouse, an expert in real estate, financial literacy, and the ins and outs of the stock market. You can attend Investor Schooling in person or online 8 times a month. You can and will learn how to make money in real estate, and you will learn mastery of stock techniques such as options and covered calls. You will even get a chance to ask one of your burning questions to the stock options sultan, the master of picks and plays. Call 866-424-2829 for free information and receive a complimentary pass to attend classes, or register online at investorschooling.com. Don't delay. These passes are limited. So what are you waiting for? Call 866-424-2829. That's 866-424-2829. Or visit investorschooling.com.
All right, welcome back to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse. And of course, if you'd like more information on investor schooling, you can go to investorschooling.com or call 866-424-2829. 866-424-2829. Hey, I want to welcome you back to the show. We are here live on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And you can also find repeats of the show on Rumble and Spotify. Please search Money Chat Now and Larry Steinhouse on Spotify. Like and subscribe there. And if you'd like to connect with me personally, you can go to contactlarry.com. Excuse me. That's contactlarry.com, and there you will find my social media connections, my email, and my text message information. Again, that's contactlarry.com. Hey, I also want to remind you that we still have room for our amazing event coming up on September 17th. It's an all-day event featuring some of the most brilliant minds in business, including Hannah Kessler, the single millionaire chick, Chris Noggle, the money multiplier, Bill Walsh, the rainmaker, and myself, Larry Steinhouse, the host of Money Chat Now and the CEO of Investor Schooling. It's an in-person event and seats are selling fast. Go to 4mmw.com. That's the number 4mmw.com, and see if there's any tickets left. I don't even know if there are, but you can go there, 4mmw.com. All right, we talked about the market, and the market actually came back yesterday, and we talked about the fact that, I don't know, Biden keeps talking about MAGA, which is kind of hysterical. Coming up, of course, we have the new COVID booster and oil execs dying off. All right, real quick, a bunch of people. I don't know if I said hello to everybody yet. Let's see. I think we've got Joe and Rob and Royce and another Joe and James and Tom and another Tom and Art. Thank you, Art. Hey, Art, thank you so much for sharing the show. I know you share the show all the time. Thank you very much. And if everybody else could do that as well, I'd really appreciate it. And we got Mike saying it's hard to believe that that was the start of our country. Yeah, I know, exactly. We talked about that in the last thing. All right, got so many people in here. Thank you so much, Peter and Mike and Charles. I don't know if I said hello to everybody, and Bill, but if I didn't say hello to everybody, oh, and there's Vin. All right, I think I got everybody, but if I didn't say hello to you, my apologies. But keep on listening and keep on commenting. All right, we also have coming up, we have today's picks and plays. But did you guys hit that like button yet? Come on, one more time. Hit that share button also. Leave me a comment to say hi if you haven't already. So if you're new to the show, say hi. Let me know you're there. Hey, say hi even if you're not new to the show. Please share and like. And don't forget to order my new book, by the way. It's called Money Hacks. And if you ordered it and you read it, please leave a review on Amazon. I really appreciate it. All right, let's talk about the new COVID booster again. Oh, my goodness. It's that time again. It's time for the lemmings to line up and get their next dose of poison. That's right, the newest and I believe the 5th dose of the myocarditis and sudden adult death syndrome causing thing is about to be released. Oh boy. I'm wondering if I'm going to get past this segment without being thrown off YouTube. Let's try. All right, let's see how it goes. Reading from the article announcing the new booster, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention cleared the reformulated COVID shots that target the latest Omicron variants for the fall, making it possible for many people to get an extra booster within days. The agency's independent committee on vaccines voted 13-1 this week in favor of the shots after reviewing the available safety and effectiveness data of almost a 7-hour-long meeting. CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky signed off on the shots a few hours later, clearing the way for pharmacies to soon start administering the shots. Okay, I got to ask a question here, and so should you. If there were 13-1 vote, that means that one person voted not to approve it. What does that person know, and what should we know about it, and why? Here's another thing I noticed about the report. It took 7 hours of deliberations to approve it? 7 hours? Have you ever watched the movie 12 Angry Men? Doesn't it sound like they had to convince many of the 13 and still could not convince the last one? Either way, are people actually going to get this booster? Haven't they had enough already? Haven't you had enough already? I can't say what I want to say right now because I know YouTube's going to shut me down, so I'm just not going to say it. But a quote by Albert Einstein comes to mind here. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result. If anyone actually gets this 5th or 6th shot, they must be insane already. Hey, I wonder, by the way, if you need a mask to get the shot. I still scratch my head in wonderment at how billions of people were so fooled. Well, we will see if I'll be kicked off YouTube again. Hopefully I did the dance with YouTube well enough. But if not, just find me on Facebook and Twitter or LinkedIn. They seem to be, those guys seem to be more forgiving. Oh, by the way, in the same article, they actually admit that this booster had no clinical trials with humans. That's right, anyone stupid enough to get this thing is the human trial. Even the one doctor, Dr. Pablo Sanchez, who voted against, called the recommendation premature and said that the U.S. should have waited for human data before proceeding with the boosters. Hey, Dr. Sanchez, be careful out there. You might accidentally commit suicide. Well, if I ever go missing, I promise the one place you'll ever find me is on a line to get this injection of the death serum. All right, let's get into the next thing. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on in Russia. Kind of interesting. Apparently, Putin is taking directions from the Clintons on how to handle anyone who either disagrees with him or he can't control. We have seen suicides of people very closely connected with the Clintons and all wonder, how can so many people who had one thing in common, their friends or were friends with the Clintons, just decide to take their life? You know, if you do a search on this, you'll actually find a Wikipedia page entitled The Clinton Body Count. Wow, that's incredible. Anyway, let's get back to Putin, right? Well, Lukoil, as you may know, is a Russian-owned oil company. Many of you have chosen not to do business with them because of the Ukraine war, so you might be familiar. But apparently, Reveal Maganov, I guess, chairman of the oil giant Lukoil, died on Thursday after, guess what? Falling out of the window of the capital's Central Clinic Hospital. He fell out a window? A window of a hospital? Just like that, he fell out of a window. But wait for this. It appears that being a C-level executive of an oil company in Russia is like wearing a red shirt on Star Trek. This is the 8th executive who died under the mysterious conditions in the past year. Nothing to see here, folks. Move along. Guess what? Guess what he did on March 3rd? He released a statement saying he was critical of the Ukraine war. 5 months later, he somehow fell out of a 6-story building. A hospital of all places. In the article I researched for this, they list the other 7 people who mysteriously died, and they died within a year, within the last year, right? The most fascinating one was in May, when the body of a billionaire and former Lukoil executive Alexander Subotin was discovered in the basement of a county house in the Moscow region. This room was where Subotin died, was allegedly used for Jamaican voodoo rituals. Come to think of it, I said that Putin learned from the Clintons. I wonder if they got that backwards. Maybe the Clintons learned from Putin. Oh, by the way, Epstein didn't kill himself. All right, let's take a break here. And I'm going to check for any item that could be used for suicide that may have mysteriously appeared in my office. I'll let you know. We'll see you guys in a minute. Hi, I'm Larry Steinhouse, and one of the most misunderstood things in America is money. That's why I've written this book. It's called Money Hacks, because everything you think you know about money is wrong. And I'm telling you, everything you think you know about money is wrong. When you read this book, you will learn things about money that you did not know. You will even learn if money can buy you happiness. I have a full chapter dedicated to that. You're going to definitely want to read that. I talk about how to use other people's money to buy real estate. I talk about how to save more money, and I even talk about how to rebuild your credit score in this book. There are 22 amazing chapters in this book. This book is now available everywhere. It's available on Amazon. It's available on barnesandnoble.com. And you can order this book right now, and you'll have it in 2 days, and you'll start learning things about money that you never knew before. So order the book right now. Go to Amazon, go to barnesandnoble.com, and order the book, Money Hacks by Larry Steinhouse. All right, welcome back to Money Chat Now. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse. By the way, if you'd like to be a sponsor of this show, your name and product would be delivered to hundreds of loyal listeners and the watchers of this show. Hey, you know we're expanding our base every day. You can tell by all the comments. Thank you guys all. I appreciate you guys so much. You can tell that we're expanding our base every day. And if you'd like to get your product or service out to my audience and help keep the show on the air, I'd love to have you as a sponsor. Hey, just reach out via Messenger or send me an email at larrysteinhouseshow@gmail.com. That's larrysteinhouseshow@gmail.com. By the way, I mentioned earlier we have a Spotify channel. That's right. You can subscribe to the channel and listen to all the reports. They're actually broken out for your enjoyment. So if you like that last report on the COVID booster, you can listen to it there. Look up Money Chat Now on Spotify, and you can subscribe there. All right. So far, we've been discussing, of course, the market recap. Right now, actually, the Dow is up 7.5%. The S&P is up 2.5%, and the Nasdaq is just hanging in there. We talked about Biden. He keeps mentioning MAGA. I tell you, the guy is obsessed with MAGA. It's amazing. We also talked about the new COVID booster and how it's never had a human trial. So good luck with that. We also talked about oil execs wearing red shirts like they do in Star Trek. All right, if you guys got that reference, you totally understood. And coming up, we have today's picks and plays. But first, did you guys hit that like button yet? Did you guys hit that share button? Tell all your friends about the show. Come on, everybody, hit that share button right now. Let them know it's both entertaining and educational. Please share it on your page or in groups that you feel will also benefit from the show. Let's get into what's going on today. Today is going to be all about the jobs report. By the way, if the job report comes in very good, you know, like many people have jobs, that can make the market actually drop. Isn't that bizarre? Why? Because jobs bring money to families, and when families have money, they spend it. So what does that do? It causes inflation. So watch Wall Street react to this report today. We need it to be in the sweet spot so it doesn't show too many people are working or too many people not working. Wall Street is so fickle. I had mentioned to buy the stock or buy calls when Meta hit 160, and yesterday it happened. It bounced back pretty quickly, and it closed at about 165. Look for it again. If it happens, it's a good play. Twitter is back down to 38, and if it goes down to 32, it's a play. Remember that we still have the whole Twitter Musk thing, and who knows how that's going to play out, but I'm pretty sure Musk is not buying Twitter no matter what. But I would play it to 40, and then I'd get out. Disney may also be a play below 110. I would ride it to about 122. Now, here's the weird thing. It's also on Friday, so it's also Friday today, and on Fridays, the market gets crazy towards the end of the day. Now, you know, here's the other thing. Many investors don't like to hold stocks over the weekend, and we have a long weekend. So watch what happens this afternoon, right around 2:30. Watch the market start to do weird things. It's going to start to either move up or move down a lot in that period of time because people are going to be getting out or getting in or buying calls or selling short. It's going to be a really weird thing because it seems to happen every time we have a 3-day weekend. The market's going to be weird at the end of the weekend. All right, so let's talk a little bit about crypto. crypto is still maintaining the approximately 20,000 number. You know, I said this before that the 20,000 number is one of those numbers where it just kind of stays there. The problem is if it stays there too long, it's going to be painful. The investors are going to get bored and they will sell it off just to put their money somewhere else. Ethereum is also below 1,600, and I got to tell you, neither of these are plays to me. I don't care if you're a Bitcoin guy or a crypto guy or whatever you are. I'm telling you, these are not good plays. I'd like to see Bitcoin go to 12,000 before I consider it, and I'd also like to see Ethereum at 700 before I consider it. So take a look for that, see if I'm right. Gold and silver are also dogs. Gold is about 1750, and silver is just under 18 now. Now look, the difference between crypto and gold is the physical asset. Crypto has no physical asset. Gold has a physical asset. So it may have some value where crypto may not. So that's the reason I like to stay with the metals instead of the crypto. The Treasury bond is moving up again, and now it's 3.26%. So as you know, in June it hit a peak of 3.5. When it's over 3, it's a constant thorn in the side of the NASDAQ. Apple stock may suffer when this yield increases. So watch this. You'll actually see the NASDAQ, as the bond rate goes up, the NASDAQ will come down, and typically Apple suffers the most. Oil is still below $90 a barrel, and the average gas price is now about $3.80 a gallon. It did drop again. It was kind of holding there for a couple of days, and then it dropped again. I guess the Democrats are paying somebody off to try to see if they can keep this, keep this from being a problem. All right, real quick, I want to say, notice a couple of people, everybody here is talking about a whole bunch of things. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to all of them, but hey, yeah, Peter says, I'm surprised you're still on the air. Me too. And then there you go. What it is. And Michael asked me if there's a mastermind. There is no mastermind on Monday. All right, real quick. I want to thank you all for watching Money Chat Now. We are live every morning at 7:30 on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. We will not be here on Monday, Michael said, but we will be doing something really cool. So this is something you want to do. You know, remember we had the interviews when I was away. We have a couple more interviews. I have a really good interview airing on Monday. The amazing Alan Reed will be interviewed. Now, if you don't know who Alan Reed is, you need to watch this interview. She is incredible. She's just one of those amazing people. You'll see. She also had started with her ex-husband. She started something called Secret Knock, and if you've never been there, that's something you want to do as well. You don't want to miss this interview. Have a great weekend. And my name is Larry Steinhouse. Don't forget, I'm the host of Money Chat Now and the CEO of Investor Schooling. And make it a profitable day.